bank in.
Swift able to get free, cuts it back.
Not quite streaking through the quad just yet, but the Bears roll into Baltimore on a 4-game win streak. Star of the show and their offense the last 2 weeks, DeAndre Swift and his O-line for all the lanes they're opening up. Swift, 124 yards on 6.5 a carry versus New Orleans, a touchdown. So back-to-back games with 100-plus rush yards, 6.5-plus yards per carry in each, a touchdown in both games.
Into the end zone, touchdown Chicago.
Chicago's rush attack blazing in off a 222-yard day. Kyle Monangai with a career-high 81 yards and a touchdown. Nice 6.2 average for the rookie.
First down, Monangai into the secondary and down at the Saints' 44.
Those two gents, plus Jake Moody again, the primary fuel to Chicago's 26 Week 7 points, aided largely by their defense, giving them the ball 4 times. They've scored 24-plus, though, in 5 of 6.
Moody's kick is good. 4 for 4 today, and it's 26-14.
Their ability to keep pounding the rock effectively versus Baltimore depends on if Roquan is healed up, among others. On paper, yes, Ravens giving up 4.7 per carry to running backs.
Good run as he bouncing off his own players.
Lots of yeah buts to their numbers due to the injury bug infestation they've dealt with. Been missing key guys most games, multiple at times. So just know their current digits are all rough in part because of that. No team has given up more than their 32 points per game, though, have stunk on third down and in the red zone.
Wide open, makes the catch, walks in, touchdown Rams.
There also has been some questions about their DC's management of things, so not all of its injuries. Secondary with only 1 interception, safety Kyle Hamilton and cornerback Marlon Humphrey have both missed games. Jair Alexander only played 2 games, allowing 246 yards per game passing, a rate of 108, all live in Oscar the Grouch receptacles.
Wide open inside the 20, he goes.
Haven't been able to get home to too many QBs. Namdi Mabike only 2 games played. Kyle Van Noy missed a few. Only 8 sacks, below average pressure rate. Now they turn their sights on Caleb Williams. Only 1 sack taken versus New Orleans. Didn't help matters. Only 172 yards, no touchdowns. 1 INT, a low 60s rate versus a Saints secondary that's been as rough as Baltimore's. His roughest showing of 2025.
Down the sideline, intercepted.
Rome Odunze, 31 yards last week. Colston Loveland, 24. Luther Burden, 22. Cole Kmet, 16. DJ Moore, the only guy with 40-plus yards last week at 43.
Lands up in the arms of DJ Moore. And Moore breaking tackles inside the 20.
Again, Chicago has won their last 2 on the back of Swift, Moody, and takeaways. Bears with 3 versus Washington. 4 more versus New Orleans. Only 1 red zone trip allowed, 14 points.
Rattler throws, it's deflected and intercepted by Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds with the pick.
That's the second time they've held an opponent under 24 this season. One would assume Lamar is back. The Bears are like, that's not fair. We want Cooper Rush. Instead, it's a healed and rested Jackson. Ravens offense 24 per game for the year, 32 per game when Jackson started.
Now on third down, Andrews, diving catch, touchdown Ravens.
Lamar may have only gone 1-3 before getting hurt, but Chicago's secondary draws the quarterback with the best rating in the league. 130 is Cartman Fat, leads the NFL in yards per completion, 10 touchdowns, only 1 pick.
And Lamar, he's able to throw that thing perfectly. Wow.
Baltimore's quarterbacks, 20 sacks taken, so over 3 per game for them, taking a sack on 11% of their pass attempts, only a few teams worse.
In some trouble. Here comes Jared Verse, and he's got him.
Bears pass rush has lacked teeth in most of their games, only 8 sacks prior to last week, and then bam, bagged up Spencer Rattler 4 times, 3 off blitzes, 1 from Montez Sweat.
Ball is out, he fumbled, and it's recovered by Chicago. Montez Sweat.
Chicago's secondary was giving up a 100-plus rate before Rattler, 3 INTs later, and they got it down into the mid-90s at least, so played the pass better compared to their body of work.
And instead it's intercepted by Kevin Byard.
Did give up 230-plus yards, 79 to tight end Jawan Johnson, 98 and 2 touchdowns allowed to Chris Olave. They sort of spaced back-to-back drives. Only 1 Ravens pass catcher averaging more than 30 yards per game, Zay Flowers, the guy who you can expect to eat 70 yards per game, close to 6 catches per contest.
Somehow Flowers caught it. He's got a first down How in the world did that get to him?
Rashad Bateman, just 20 yards per game. D-Hop has chipped in with close to 30. Mark Andrews in that same territory.
Second down, quick throw over the middle, and an immediate tackle to Andrews.
The ground game, of course, in Derrick Henry's hands most of the time, hitting at 77 per contest, 5 per carry, 4 touchdowns. Just hasn't always been the focal point in their games.
Quick one is going to Derrick Henry, right up the gut. Derrick Henry running through Rams and down to the 15.
Lamar close to 8 yards per attempt, 41 rush yards per game.
Jackson, there he goes. First down.
Bears didn't face many Saints runs, just 17. 11 by Alvin Kamara, held him to 2.5 an attempt, 5.3 per carry allowed to running backs big picture, though they've played the last 2 well.
Not going to get there. Stopped by Montez Sweat, and it's 4th down.
Not much history between the flock and bear down. Chicago with a 4-3 lead overall. The last 2 times they beat them, both in overtime, the most recent 2017.
Regulation ended with the score knotted at 24. With 5:40 left in overtime, the offense broke the huddle at its own 7-yard line.
Give it to Jordan Howard. Howard off the left side. Tries to break. He does break a tackle and gets to the corner. There goes Jordan Howard to midfield. Jordan Howard sneaks out of the pile and gets a big chunk of change. Some nifty footwork in the pocket by Trubisky. Bought him a moment in a window. 24-0 with 2:11 to go in overtime for the win. Kick up by Bart. The kick is good. Bears have won it in Baltimore.
It's like we should be able to win this game.
Yeah, and that's a good point, man, because you can kind of get pissed, bro. So we're getting a nice Rashad right now, man. I don't know if you got that much patience left to not call Caleb Williams like trash. I don't think me and you and guys on our platform like will ever do that. We don't really do that. But how much are you like, you know what, man? I have to just call a spade a spade.
Well, if he has another game like he had against the Saints, then I'd be like pretty upset for sure, because we have high expectations for Caleb. This is not any Mitch Trubisky or any, previous quarterback that we knew was not going to be good from the beginning. We knew Caleb was going to be good from the beginning, and he has all the potential in the world. So it's just on him to put it all together, and also the rest of the team too, for sure. Like, it's not obviously only him. Like, the rest of the guys, at times have to play better. Last game that the pass protection wasn't as good from the left side, so other things can be better around Caleb, but he just needs to put it all together, and this has to be the game where he puts it all together. I mean, the Ravens have number 32 ranked defense. It doesn't get easier than this if you are Caleb Williams.
Yeah. So what else on this team that I haven't brought up or you want to talk about while we got you in here, man? Like, what do you think just about anything, man? Just before I go to the next segment.
Yeah. I would say like our linebacker play is going to be important in this game because our secondary is like completely out. So Tremaine Edmonds has been having a really good season. I hope that continues, and TJ Edwards as well, because the Ravens are going to try to run the football with Derrick Henry. So stopping the run is going to be a big key on defense, and you're going to have to do it, man, because like if they run the football super well, they could beat us by just running the football with how good Derrick Henry is. But another thing about Derrick Henry is that he's been fumbling the ball so much this year. So if he can get the punches, if Edwards can get in there for a peanut punch or whatever, like you could have an opportunity to turn the ball over. So just really be, wary of the fact that Henry turns the ball over, and hopefully we can stop the run.
Yeah, I think if we stop the run, I think we got a good chance to win this game. I just really think that this game should not be that difficult for us to win. They're the last ranked defense. Our running game has been great. Even our defense with the lack of secondary, we've been hurt, man, and our pass rush. And guys that's really coming in, Rashad, but just playing next man up. And guys are just delivering. Like, if we get past this game and we win this game today, Rashad, like, if we go 5-2, bro, I think my head's going to explode. Not the fact that we're winning, it's how we're winning. Like, we're not seeing Caleb be the number 1 overall pick that some of us think he should be as far as a production standpoint. But, man, 5-2, bro. 5-2. Like, man, 5-2, man. We have that. I mean, we closed out with October without a loss. That's incredible. So what's your thoughts on just this culture and this team, Ben Johnson, man? It's just 5-2, man. Like 5-2. And it's not been pretty, man. It's not been injury-free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just really impressed. Like, we're winning games in manners that we didn't really win in last year. Like, under Eberflus, we basically had to blow an opponent out to win a game. We didn't win any close games. Every close game we lost. So the fact that he turned it around that fast, like the Bears team, they're learning how to win close games. That's a massive deal because, you know, down the stretch, there's going to be a lot of close games against like teams like the Packers or the Vikings again, or whoever else we're playing. Like, there's going to be a lot of close games, and you got to learn how to win those close games. And Ben Johnson has already taught this team how to win close games. So that's going to be the biggest differentiating factor between, you know, this year from last year.
Yeah, learning how to win ugly, man. And I think that's very important. But we're gonna get to a couple of comments. We got Alec Baldwin said Adam Rank always. I don't know what that means. We got Craig said Caleb should cook this game. He says Diane Liv says I think that CNG therapy session earlier in the season sent the message to Hallis Hall. They probably watched some of us, man. I think there was only one game where we didn't score in the first drive. Way better than last year's story. We just need the full put together, like Coach Ben been saying. Yep, Bears just need to keep finding ways to win. That's all. Yeah, we can keep finding ways to win, Frederick. You know what I mean? We're finding ways to win, and the only thing that really hasn't been prevalent enough to what we need to see it consistently and constantly is the pass game. That's really it. You know, outside of injuries and all of that on offense, we still got DJ healthy, Roman's healthy, the kids is healthy, the offensive linemen is mostly healthy. So it's really just coming down to the pass game as far as finding a way to win. That's kind of always almost one of the things that hasn't been consistent. CJ, you got any thoughts on anything right now you want to bring?
No, man, you cooking right now.
You know, anything you want to add to this? Coming down to like, I'm running out of things to say because everything that Ben Johnson and his coaching staff, Rashad, is actually happening. I really don't have too much to complain about when you're winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't have too much to say. It's just finding ways to win. Guys are bought in. The defense is playing like South. Tremaine Edmonds is looking like an all-pro Pro Bowler under Dennis Allen right now, man. He has 3 interceptions, 4 fumbles. He's just cooking right now, man. So this team is starting like a complete team despite everything around it not being healthy. So I'm just excited about the culture that's being set here in the Chicago Bears. Like, we're learning how to win with a quarterback that's not, his arm hasn't been what we needed to be. The injuries have been terrible to this team. So I'm just really impressed, man. I'm just seriously impressed. So Lamar's not playing. I think we should win this game, man. I really don't have anything else to add to that. So Rashad, man, you got any final thoughts you want to get into, man, before we get up out of here? Because me and CJ probably gonna stay in here a little bit longer, man.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for having me. But yeah, you know, basically agree with you. Like, it's been so impressive what the Bears have been able to do. Hoping for a big Bears win today. As for my prediction, I'd probably pick Bears win 30-17, which, you know, it's pretty bold to do that for a Bears team that usually has been winning games close. But I think it's going to be the game that Caleb actually breaks out. Like, I think he has 300 passing yards. I think Colson Loveland gets involved. I think we have good amount of touchdowns, and we go to 5-2 before that Bengals game next week. So really looking forward to watching the game today.
Man, me too, man. CJ, man, just what are your thoughts, man? Your final thoughts about anything, bro? Like what are the score you got? Who's your offensive MVP, defensive MVP, man? Anything, bro?
Well, I'm gonna say the offensive MVP. I'm gonna just give it to the Bears offensive line. And
oh, there go Allen. Oh, gee, what's going on? Hey, man, before you commit a crime, man, you might want to take off your crime accessories, man. What's going on, big dog? Yeah, I guess we'll get Allen when he come in. But go ahead, C.
Yeah, for the defense, I'm going to say I'll probably say Tremaine Edmonds for the defense, and I'm going to say the final score will be
Ski man.
It will be like 30. It'll be like 35 to I'm gonna say 35-21.
You can turn your camera on when you're ready, big dog, man. Hey, We don't ask no questions with the ski mask, bro. Look, we cool, man. I don't want no smoke, man.
Long story.
Look, man, we all got our personal lives, man. I don't want to know nothing. I don't know nothing, man. JoJo the Time Man don't know nothing. If you ever watch Bad Boys, JoJo don't know nothing. So we got a special guest in here, man, Alan, man. We got Rashad from the Windy City Productions, man. He's in here hanging out with us right now. But we just want to get your thoughts before we let him out of here, man. If you got any questions for him or your thoughts or anything, talk about last week's game, quick, Alan, and what are your thoughts about this game this right here? We got Lamar Jackson not playing, man. The defense is playing well. The running game is playing well. This defense is ass. That run game, the defense is ass. But just what's your thoughts on this game alone, man? Like, I'm running out of things to say because me and Rashad and CJ saying, like, this culture and this team that's being built is just so good right now. Like, the fact that we winning games ugly and winning games that we should win, they're starting to leave less and less questions to be answered from this coaching staff. So, man, lead with anything you want to lead with, man, about the game today or anything, bro.
Well, thanks for everybody, man, my part. But yeah, I've been listening to the show since y'all came on. I like what y'all was saying about the quarterback play earlier. Gonna be patient with Caleb. I think we all gonna be patient with Caleb. I was watching a little bit of all 22 last night, and and more I look at, because I'm starting looking at the mechanics of Caleb. Okay. Like, that's what I'm right now. I want him to continue to work on is the mechanics, like taking the snap. Like, I watched the play with the situation with Drew Dahlman last week. Yeah, he was moving his hands like his knuckles got popped, and that's coming from not particularly doing well with under center. So I just want us to continue to work on the basics. I think that's where the offense is. It's the basics, the cadence, things that we should be working on in college. Like, things like this should be worked out by the time a guy gets to the pros. But under Caleb's issues, this is stuff he's been dealing with since he's been playing football, since amateur ranks. He's probably not played under center a lot. So those are the things going forward I want to see improvement. And then when that comes along, I feel like the offense is going to take off because everybody's affected by the cadence. Everybody. The wide receivers, the left tackles, and I'm wondering why Jones and now Benedict are having the same issues. They're jumping off sides. And it's a reason why, because they're not getting the proper cadence, not enough base coming out their quarterback. So you get them watching the snaps instead of watching their man. The left tackle should be moving according to the snap. They shouldn't be eyes and ears on everything. They have to worry about the defensive end. The snap, the center is the one really who controls the snap, and then the quarterback receives the snap. But in this case, we're not doing that, and that's worrisome to me. And I feel like we got to nail down the basics. And Tremaine Edmonds, I think y'all spoke about him too. Tremaine Edmonds is doing a real good job of playing in space. And that's what we talked about this summer when we were doing some shows. Dennis Allen puts him out in space, and that's where he's strong. You put him inside that tackle box, things change a little bit. He's got to take on lead blockers, more traffic with the guards, and I don't think that's his strong suit. That's more built for Edwards. Edwards is one of those guys that plays in the trench. So I'd rather have Tremaine out there floating, but he could possibly guard a tight end. He's just more effective outside the tackle box. So those are the things that I see that we're doing well. But today, we have to stop the run, and that's what scares the shit out of me. This team right here is going to test our run defense. Like, we ain't never been tested. We're going to be tested today. That's 235 pound, 40 pound, 6'3" coming, and the offensive line. And they're going to play downhill. So I really believe that this is going to be a game that's not going to be very high scoring. I think it's going to be a 21-17. It's going to be low scoring. It's going to be a fight in Baltimore.
Man, well said. I don't think it's going to be a fight, man. I just think it's our better. Y'all are fucking 1-5, bro. Y'all not about to keep up with us today, goddammit. This shit is not happening today. we're going to whoop some ass today. Y'all 1-5, bro, for a reason. We're 4-2 for a reason. And for those reasons, Allen, give me the reasons why we're 4-2 and potentially 5-2 today, man. Like, the quarterback play hasn't been optimal as we want to see. The injuries have been kicking our ass all year. So what do you want to see, man? Just, like, what are your thoughts just on the 4-2 overall, bro? Like, us winning these games. Coaching, the culture, just what are your thoughts, man? Because things haven't been perfect, man.
Well, what you just said, coaching really means a lot in the NFL. You know, coaching can kind of get by in other levels of football, but in the NFL, coaching, it matters. If you look at a lot of teams around us, I wouldn't say a lot, about 5 or 6 teams around the league that got superior coaching, you can take. And I feel like we're going to be one of them teams with superior coaching, and that's going to make us propel to another level. Because right now, we've made enough mistakes to be 2-4. But we're not. We're 4-2. You know what I'm saying? So that comes with coaching. Game planning is a big thing, and game management. It's a couple things Ben have done that kind of worrisome, but for the most part, his game management is really good. And the defensive coordinator, Dennis Allen, is working with a short day. Like, his best players been out. Several best players have been out consistently through the year. And he's just pulling guys off the practice squad. Like, that's coaching. You know, so that's the thing I love about the coaching. So that's why we're 4-2. I believe it's coaching.
Yeah, Rashad, you got anything you want to add to that, man, while I got you in here, man? Anything fresh on your mind you wanted to add, man? Go ahead.
Nah, man, I totally agree. Like, coaching has been the biggest difference between this year and last year. Like, this exact roster with last year's coaching staff would have been 2-3 or 1-4 at this point, you know? So coaching is the biggest thing in the NFL. Like, honestly, a good coach is maybe even more valuable than a good quarterback in this league, because a good coach can make, you know, bad quarterbacks be good. So, nah, man, totally agree. I mean, Ben Johnson's been a blessing to us this year. So really excited to see him hopefully win some more games.
And I think that's what I'm glad you guys are in to help me get to, because I'm like, is it the quarterback that's going to be driving us and leading us? Now we're really seeing in real time that it's Ben and his culture, CJ. And we seeing it in real time happening almost every game that Caleb really doesn't throw the ball well. But it's not a knock on Caleb. But when you got a quarterback and a head coach, sometimes it looks like the quarterback is the reason why, or the head coach, CJ. But it's clear right now that this is Ben Johnson's show, CJ. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely see it from the start of the season until now. You can definitely see that the coaching does matter. You can tell the slight difference from last year to this year, to how the Bears been pulling out these games, been finding ways to win. A lot of that has to do with the coaching. Because you got to think about it. How many players are going to play for Eberflus like that? Not too many.
The his principle wasn't working, Alan. Rashad, like, the his principle wasn't working. It was a great philosophy. I like what it meant, but Rashad, what does that really mean with the acronym, the hits? I liked it, man. But what do you think has been the difference, though? Like, we actually got the guy, if we wanted to talk about the goddamn his principle, it should have been Ben Johnson, right?
Yeah, I think the difference is the coaches actually hold players accountable. That was the biggest difference from last year. Like, you know, Tyreek Stevenson, he had that, you know, mess up last year during the Hail Mary. Like, nobody held him accountable. This year, Dennis Allen has already provided him with such better coaching. He's been in his ear, and like, he's helped Tyreek have a bounce back season, which I think a lot of us didn't really expect. So, you know, guys are being held accountable. Like, Braxton Jones got benched because he wasn't cutting it in the run game. So if you're not performing well, you're going to get benched no matter who you are. And that's been the biggest difference, because players realize that their jobs are on the line if they're not performing at their full best potential.
Alan, go ahead. I know you're chopping at the bit, bro.
Oh, no. I was going to say, man, that his principle was a good philosophy, but Rasheed just hit it, man. It was accountability, man. Dennis Allen, you know what he said at the beginning of the season, man, you got to pay the toll. I need 40 up downs. Like, you know, that shit means something in football, man. Like, that buy-in is a lot. And so that's why he can pull a guy from the practice squad, i.e. big forward. You know, in the defensive tackle of the middle, he's doing a hell of a job on the second string D tackle that's helping us to secure this run defense. So you got to look at coaches, man. Like they just doing a hell of a job, man. The buy-in, guys didn't really buy in to Coach Eberflus, man. After that second year, I thought it started to fade. Like they was letting a lot of things slide, and it became too good to them. And you know they were holding on to guys too long, and you know they didn't never really have a veteran leadership. You know, he had a veteran council. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, I've never seen that in football. Like, we had a council? Like, no. You got 2 captains when I was coming up in high school. In college, we had 3, 1 for special team. Get your ass out there with 3 people that's leading in front of the room. It don't need a bump. We don't need 30 leaders. You know what I'm saying? We need 2, 3 at the most.
Captain shirt. I had a captain on my shirt, too.
Come on, man. Like, DJ didn't even want it, but he took it. Because he's the highest paid. So you gotta have accountability in the locker room. Grady Jarrett ain't going for that shit. Lackluster effort. Kevin Byard ain't going for that shit. He's gonna get in your behind out there. So pause, but the leadership in the locker room has been manifested by the coaching staff. The coaches don't necessarily have to manage the players. The players manage the players. But you have to hold the leaders accountable, and the shit rolls downhill. Gee, y'all know it, that even at the workforce, shit rolls downhill. So that's pretty much how this has worked, and it's worked beautiful.
Yeah, but we got a couple of comments. Let me get some of these comments. Said we got a Ravens guy, Son Goku God. Hey man, make sure you follow the CNG podcast on YouTube, bro. On Facebook. Make sure you follow Rashad on YouTube too, man. Make sure you follow my guys, bro. Follow all of us. The Ravens defensive coach has been horrible. No shit. We got Don and Liv saying we're turning a new leaf. We deserve the playoff this year. These games we have to win, man. I agree. We got Frederick saying Baltimore defense is suspect. We got Son Goku saying another comment. He said usually I cheer on the Bears, but I got to rock with my team today. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all blow us out. Yeah, don't be surprised, bro. Y'all are 1-5 for a goddamn reason. For real. For real, I ain't trying to hear it, man. So with that being said, Rashad, man, it's really just an easy win, man. I think this might be one of the easier wins. And I know people like G Walker, you can't say an easy win, bro. I'm not scared of these dudes, man. I'm really not worried about the Ravens today, man. I'm really not. Like I'm really not. But I do like the fact that Alan was talking about the culture and holding players accountable. That is something that really transformed this team. You know, like I knew DJ Moore wasn't going to get a captain on his shirt this year when I heard him say, which pisses me off all the time. I don't know why they made me a captain. I guess people like me. That's the last fucking thing I want to hear from a guy that's going to be a captain, man. So I think the right people were picked for a captain, man, and everything like that. It's just, man, the Ravens are getting investigated by the NFL for changing Lamar's injury status, which could take away the Ravens draft pick. Yeah, Rashad, I know you saw that. What was that? Can you explain that to me? What happened? Like, was it they just changed his status? Like, what was that?
So Lamar was playing in the scout team fully, but but he wasn't a starter, obviously. So the Ravens said that he was a full participant in practice. But according to the NFL rulebook, if you're in scout team, that doesn't count as being a full participant in practice. So the Ravens were just kind of trying to get us to prepare for Lamar, which yeah, they're going to get fined for that or like draft pick taken away because that also affected the betting markets. The betting markets thought that Lamar was going to play this game because it was like minus 6.5 for the Ravens as soon as like yesterday before the news came out that Lamar's not playing. So that probably affected the the betting markets. And I've also seen Ravens fans talking about how there's like friction now going on between Lamar and the Ravens organization because they're saying that they wanted to push Lamar into playing.
Shit.
I'm not sure how true that is. I'm just like looking on Twitter, but like they're saying Lamar doesn't want to play because it's 1-5. He doesn't want to risk further injury, and there's like a little bit of friction going on there. So who knows what's happening? But I mean, it's good for the Bears, right? Like all the friction's going on for a team.
Yeah, we need all the friction we can get right now, man. Because I thought Lamar's been saving Harbaugh's job for the past I don't know how many years anyway. And I think we're starting to see that shit is starting to fall off. So before we get up out of here, man, I'm going to say my offensive MVP, my defensive MVP, and my score of the game. My offensive MVP this game is going to be, I think this is so hard, man, because I want to pick wide receivers, bro. I'm tired of picking DeAndre Swift. I'm tired of picking Caleb when Caleb don't come through for me. So my offensive MVP, man, is going to have to be Ben Johnson, man. I just believe in him. He can adjust to anything. He can pound the rock, man. He can call the right plays. My defensive MVP, I'm going to go with Tremaine Edmonds, man. I'm going to go with Tremaine Edmonds, man. He's been on fire for these first 6 games. I think he'll continue to be on fire. I think we're going to do well against the run today. My score for today's game will be 28 Bears, Ravens 13. Ravens 13. 28 Bears, Ravens 13. Allen, man, what's your score? Offensive MVP, defensive MVP, and everything else like that. Who you got, bro?
Well, my score, I'm going to say, is 21-17 Bears. And I'm going to say the offensive MVP today is going to be – I'm going to go with Colston again. We got to attack the middle of the field. One day we have to, because those are what keep those safeties from landing on those receivers and, putting a bracket coverage. So we got to establish the tight ends. And I feel like today will be a good day. Even though Roquan's back, and Roquan's a hell of a damn coverage linebacker. So
that's not Roquan. Have you seen how big he's gotten, man? But go ahead. I ain't mean to interrupt you, man.
I'm just a big Roquan fan, y'all. I'm sorry. That's past trauma with me. And my defensive MVP today is going to be. I went with Sweat last week. I'm going to go with Edwards this week. I think he's going to rally a lot of tackles, and we're going to have a lot of time to tackle people because they're going to run the ball about 30 times today. So I'm going to go with Edwards as my defensive MVP.
Man, and that's it, man. We don't have Shad here, so the show is going to be cut a little bit short. But shout out to everybody that pulled up to the show today, man. From Bears Tank, from Down and Live, man, from Adrian Sariano, we appreciate you coming through. Hold on, let me get this right so I ain't blocking Allen with the words. With the Craig, man, you know what? This is crazy. This is better. Celeste came through, man, saying let's go. She reposted the stream. Alex Baldwin, Down to Live again. Shout out for Frederick to coming in here, man. We appreciate you, man. Allen with the ski man stole the show today. That was something else, man. Hey, that's gonna live on forever. I might have to clip that shit up. We got Son Goku, man, and shout out to Dragon Ball Z, man. They got renewed, so it's gonna be new seasons of Dragon Ball Super Season 2, 2026. I know you know that Son Goku God, man, so that's gonna be fire. Shout out to Dragon Ball. We got Rashad brought me here, of course, man. Shout out to Vids, man. Make sure you follow him, man, if you haven't already. Make sure you follow the CNG Podcast right now, man, on Twitter. Or X or Facebook, whichever you prefer, man. We appreciate everybody that came here to show love. And with that being said, we're going to let the guest of honor pretty much take us out, man, and he can tell you guys exactly where to find him at, man. Shout out to the 495 people that pulled up in the stream today, man. Shout out to Rashad for bringing the audience with us too, man. It's all love. Bear down.
Bear down, guys. Appreciate you for having me on. You can follow me on the Windy City Productions on YouTube or Twitter, DWC Prods. I'll be tweeting throughout the game, but yeah, best of luck with the podcast this season, guys. It's been a blast.
All right, man. With that being said, man, we're going to get on up out of here, man. Bear down. We out of here. Peace.